Hi folks, Dwayne Sipper, the Executive Director of the Path Rescue Mission. We want to welcome you to Inside the Fence. And we know that many of you don't get time to come down here and actually visit and take the tours of the Rescue Mission. And even if you did, there wouldn't be enough time to show you everything that's going on the day-to-day. So this is Inside the Fence, and we're giving you a sneak peek at what actually happens inside the property. So I'm excited to tell you that these stories here are happening every day. We don't have enough time on film to show you each person's individual lives, but every week the staff is always encouraged, and we bring stories to each other how these families' lives are improved, whether it be the children or the adults. I'm still impressed after all these years how wonderful people can be when they're sober, and that they're actually engaged in life, and they're bringing good things and they're bringing hope into their lives. Well, thank you for your support, because I know that all of us in Christian ministry, especially this one, survives, lives and dies off of the donor's generosity. So thank you that Jesus put it on your heart that you've actually chosen the path as the place where you would like to give your money to. So I can't thank you enough, and that you have taken your very valuable funds and decided that you're going to invest them in these people's lives. So thank you for everything that you do for us. God bless.
Hello, my name is Jared Oxford, and I am privileged to be the program director here at the Path Rescue Mission. Inside these walls, inside this fence, there's a battle that takes place every day. That battle is not physical, but it is spiritual, and it is mental. And we as a staff do our best every day to help our clients win that battle. Here at the Path, there are a few things that we do stress in our program. The one of those, and the most important thing, is Christ-centered change. We do this by eliminating as many distractions as we can and focusing on the root of the problem. Another important point to make about the Path is we are very unique amongst the rescue mission world. We're very unique in our ability to work with and house all kinds of different family dynamics. We're able to work with singles, we're able to work with single moms, we're able to work with single dads, and also complete family units. This is a great thing when you're facing recovery, because as a family, to have the support of other family members is really special. This, however, also does present a lot of very unique challenges. And each of those challenges is different depending on the family. It's all unique. Every situation is a little bit different, but our staff is very well versed in dealing with all kinds of different situations. In the next few moments, you'll have a chance to see this as we take a look at two individual families. You'll get to see some of the challenges that they face, and also how we're able to help them through those challenges. Single mothers in our society, it's been well documented the challenges that they face, and rightly so. But sometimes single dads tend to fly under the radar a little bit. And in this story, we get to meet a single dad, Jose, and his two sons. And Ray, if you can, talk a little bit about single dads, what you've observed about single dads here in our program, and then in particular, what you've observed when it comes to Jose and his two sons, Aiden and Jaden.
Okay. Well, guys, what I've noticed about single dads is they do a great job trying to juggle work therapy and family time. So Jose is the person who comes to my mind when we talk about these single parents who've come to this program not knowing what to do. And see, Jose, when he came to us with his two boys, Jaden and Aiden, they came to us in a different scenario than we have ever seen. He didn't come with addiction, but he did come because of COVID. He lost his job and he was about to lose his house and family. He didn't know what to do. So when he heard about the Path, he called, and this was the first time that the family was able to have a secure place. But when they came, they were a little scared, a little apprehensive about what was going to take place. But today, this family is thriving, looking forward to a better future. One of the things that Jose shared with me was that he wanted to succeed. He wanted to give his two boys a better life than he had growing up. See, Jose is a role model for the rest of our single parents here, especially single fathers. If he can make it, they can too.
We're very excited at the Path. For the first time, we've been able to hire a full-time child care worker, and that's Miss Mariella. And Mariella, we're so excited to have you, and your challenges that you face working with our children day in and day out. If you can, take a second and tell us about what you've observed about kids here at the Path, the challenges they face, and then in particular, what you've noticed with Jose's sons, Jaden and Aiden.
Well, Jared, in general with the children here, I have noticed that they come in and they have a lot of trust issues. If they have siblings, they have the need to protect them. They don't trust a whole lot of people. They don't even trust me when they come in the beginning. And they're very guarded. But what I've also noticed with the children here is that once you break that wall down, they're the most amazing kids you can be around. And Aiden is a very good example of that. Having the guard up, being quiet. In the beginning when he came in, he did not speak a word. When I mean a word, I mean nothing. He would hide behind Dad when Dad would come to drop off. Sometimes it was even a challenge just getting him through the door. But we've gotten to work with him, and he's a very sweet 4-year-old boy. And let me tell you a little bit about my friend Aiden. When I started working with him, I started using small words, teaching him how to talk, and nowadays he doesn't even only talk English, he speaks English and some Spanish, and it's been very rewarding just seeing how far he's come. And his brother Aiden, who's 7, when he came in, he had the need to just be there, be the father for his brother while his father was out. But I wanted to see him just be a kid. I wanted him to play. I wanted him to interact with the other kids. And I started working with him on that. I told him, hey, I'm here to take care of you, to take care of your brother. So anything your brother needs, I can get it. And he started loosening up a little bit, giving me more trust, and little by little he started letting go. And I was able to see this little kid who just wanted to be a kid, and he would just run around and play, and it was like a load off his shoulders. And these kids are amazing, and Jose has just done a wonderful job with these boys.
Great. Thank you, Mariella, for that insight.
Hi, Jose. Before we get started, tell us how old you are and how long you've been at the Path.
I am 33 years old. I've been here at the Path 9 months now.
Mm-hmm. And from what you've shared with us, you came to the Path under tough circumstances. You had been evicted, and you were struggling to keep custody of your kids or keep them with you. Can you talk a little bit about that and share what that was like?
Yeah, it was a little tough because I got evicted from my apartment. I literally have no place to go. It was really tough because I had my 2 boys with me, and I heard about this place, and I decided to give it a shot.
You mentioned to me that one thing that has made an impact on you while being here was that you're closer to God now, and you've grown spiritually. What are some of the things that come to mind that helped you on your spiritual journey here?
I'm more closer to my Bible. I'm closer to my church, closer to my kids, of course, and my kids as well. They're learning a lot about our Father, our Jesus Christ, and they love everything about this place, and we love this place.
And Jose, you are a very different person now. As you shared with me that as the days went by, you would stop, breathe, and focus. One of the biggest changes that you noticed was new awareness of just how strong you really are. And that's very evident. What was the old Jose accustomed to being like?
I consider myself not as strong as I am right now. But I thank God who put me in this path to find out that I am a strong person. And I really thank him for that, because I did it for my kids and for our future.
It's very evident that you love your children very, very much.
Yes, I do.
In fact, being with your sons here has meant quite a bit to you. You shared with me spending time with them is the most wonderful thing to come from this. You said, before I was always working. I never had that much time to spend with them. So now that I'm here, I've become closer to them more than ever. How do you think being able to be together as a family here at the Path has helped both your sons grow? First Aiden and then Jaden.
It helps us a lot in every single way, I think, because we're more closer than ever. We get to do pretty much everything. Like you mentioned before, I was working so much, so I didn't have time to really spend time with them and really know them that well. But now that we're here, it helps me out. It helps us out from Bible, from church, from spending time together.
You do get to play, right?
Oh, we do get to play. And they're surrounded by great people, awesome people. And I think that's the most important thing, that they're surrounded by lots of love.
What would your life look like if you hadn't come to the Path?
It's a tough one. I'll be lost probably. I would have been in New York with no custody of my kids, and I'll be struggling mentally, emotionally, probably spiritually. And I just thank God that He directed me in this path, because I will be lost without Him.
Okay. And in terms of your future, what are some of the things that you hope to be doing in the next year, let's say?
I want to be successful, get back to normal life, be with my kids, of course, and be happy with them.
And then, Jose, is there anything you would like to say to the people who give to the Path?
Yes, I want to tell them that we thank you so much for everything they're doing, for people like us that we really struggle. We thank them so much from the bottom of our hearts, and God bless their souls.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you so much. You're very courageous to share with us today about you and your sons. God bless you.
God bless you too. We thank you and my kids with our hearts.
I'll give Aiden a hug for me.
We will. Thank you so much.
As we've discovered here at the Path, working with families is a complex issue, because every situation is a little bit different and every family is a little bit different. Megan, you've been here at the Path a while now. You do a great job as a caseworker. You shoulder a lot of the responsibilities of working with a lot of our families. So if you could take a second and explain to us or talk to us about what you've observed about families at the Path, what it takes to help them make that transition, and then in particular, take a minute to share with us about Tommy and Ashley and their family.
So I guess when it comes to families, the most challenging thing is that you have a whole family unit, but each person is an individual and they each have their own trauma and history that they have to work through. For instance, Ashley came to us without her husband, Tommy. He had been incarcerated. She's been here now for a couple of years. When she came to us, it was a tough transition as her husband had just been incarcerated. She's now dealing with her children, there's 4 of them, by herself. She's also learning how to be sober, so it was tough. But once she got into her groove, the changes came really quickly for her. She is now working at Dunkin' Donuts. She's been promoted several times. She's now in a management position. She acquired a driver's license for the very first time in her whole life. She's graduated the New Life program, but she is still here as her husband completes his program. Tommy joined us about a year after Ashley. He had, again, a tough transition, because not only was he learning how to be sober and acclimate back into society, but he's learning how to be a husband and a father again in a sober lifestyle. I've watched him grow a lot in this time. He is now also working. He is going to complete his GED that he did start while he was incarcerated. It's just been a real privilege to watch those two grow together. When talking about the children, Autumn is the oldest sibling, and she was very quiet and shy when she first got here. The cool thing with Autumn is she has just such a strong love for Jesus. You can see it in everything that she does. She assists in doing the Bible studies with the other kids, which gets them interested. She's become like a leadership role in the children's ministry. She's just a really cool kid, and she's doing really well. And Ashley and Tommy have had this time together to heal and to really learn how to function as contributing members to society, as biblical parents that want their kids to learn and grow in Jesus. And being at the Path, they've had the opportunity to do that. So it's just an honor to be working with them.
Great. Thank you, Megan, for sharing.
Before we meet Ashley and Tommy, I'd like to introduce you to Autumn, the oldest daughter in the family. Hi, Autumn. How old are you, and how long have you been at the Path?
I'm currently 12, and I've been at the Path for almost 2 years.
Autumn, if you can, tell us a little bit about what life was like for you all before you came to the Path. Living in a motel, you were trying to go to school. You shared with me that you thought it was a normal life a kid should have, but you found out something about that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I would always go to school and I would see kids with all kinds of things, and I never really had that stuff, so I would always get supplies from the teachers and things, which I thought every single kid did. And every time I walked past a kid, I would see their parents. They would see them getting in trouble. I'd say, oh, they probably have the same life as me, but really, they probably don't.
Okay. I know we talked about this before. It was amazing to me to understand that your dad was having some challenges and someone had to set him straight because he was getting ready to leave the Path. I understand that person was you. What did you say to him to change him or change his mind?
I looked at him and I said, if Mom can do it, you can do it. Just do what they ask.
It's very brave. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the people who give to the Path?
Every time we get new donations, I always see everyone with a smile on their face. And I'd see them walking around with new clothes, eating new foods, even new toys. And it makes everyone happy.
Well, thank you, Autumn, for sharing with us today. You're a very special person, and I'm sure your parents are very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we meet Autumn's mom, Ashley. Ashley, how old are you, and how long have you been at the Path?
I'm 32, and I've been here for 2 years.
And from what you've shared with me, you came here by yourself with your 4 children, and your now husband, Tommy, joined you here later. Your situation back then was pretty desperate. You were in a very desperate place. Describe for us where you were staying, some of the struggles you were dealing back then, and how you came to be at the Path.
We was living at a motel, and when Tommy went to jail, I have no family, I have no one here. So we was getting kicked out, and the school told me about the Path. So they gave me your phone number, and I called, and they told me to come the next day.
And Tommy, you were, as I mentioned before, you were not with Ashley and the kids when they came to the Path. You were in a very different place in your life. Can you tell me a little bit about what life was like for you back then?
At first it was pretty rough, not knowing where my family was, what was going to happen to them. Did a lot of praying, and a month later I ended up getting a letter from Ashley saying I'm here at the Path. And that gave me some hope. I stuck with my word. God was answering my prayers then. And actually my faith grew a lot when I was in prison. And as it went on, I knew that I was going to be reunited with my family on my release day here at the Path.
Yeah, and you had mentioned it to me before that a lot of the changes that have taken place for you, both in your direction in life, spiritually, your relationship with God, actually took place before you came to the path. Can you describe a little bit about those turning points in your life? What was going on with you?
Well, I guess it took me, I knew God for a long time as a kid, but it took me to go to prison actually to understand, and God opened my eyes.
And Miss Ashley here, we haven't forgotten about you. You have certainly changed a lot from the person that we first met. We are so proud about your job, your promotions. As a family, you've gotten a car. But Ashley, please share more about getting your driver's license, a job, and all the promotions there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've never had my license before. So I've finally got my license, and I got a job, and then I got promoted 4 different times.
Congratulations, that's awesome. And the growth in your children, their hope for you as a family. You have mentioned seeing their compassion for others who have nothing. Tell us more about how your children have changed. We'll start with Ashley.
They've all grown so much. Autumn and Austin, they knew about the Bible before, but now it's like they're just thriving for God, and they've seen where they have come from to feel in love and understanding for the kids that come in for the first time. So all they want to do is help.
And Tommy, what does it mean to you now to be a godly husband, a godly father? God is at the center of your family. That's very clear to me. But what does all that mean to you?
Well, with God's grace, mercy, and His love, it's actually shown me how to be a better husband and a better father.
In your opinion, Ashley, what is the one important thing about being together here as a family going through this process?
That we get to grow together, that knowing that where we was before to where we're at today, and we still get to move forward. We're all a family, we're all together, we're all thriving, just knowing that our future is going to be okay as long as we stay focused on God and our recovery.
If you had never come to the path, where do you think your family would be today?
We wouldn't be together. I wouldn't have Tommy, I wouldn't have my children. I'd still be out there chasing that high, still broken.
Tommy, what about you? Where would you have been if the path had not come across your path?
Probably broken, in prison, dead somewhere.
Finally, is there anything you would like to say to the people who give to the path?
That you are a blessing, and that you gave us a chance to change our lives. That we are very grateful for that.
And Tommy, do you have any final words for the people who give to the path?
For the people that support this path, I'm so thankful for them that without them, my family would never have been put back together. They gave us another chance, and I truly thank them.
Ashley and Tommy, I just want to say thank you so much for having the courage to share your story. You're inspirational to all of us, and we thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much for joining us today. These are just a couple of the stories that we get to be a part of here at as the staff at the Path. And the really cool thing is you guys get to be a part of that also. By giving to the ministry, it's like you're here taking part with you, taking part with us. And together, we are able to truly transform lives. So thank you.
We celebrate the individuals you have heard during our Harvest of Hope presentation. We rejoice in knowing that many individuals and families are being restored through the Path's rescue mission. Many have come to know their Lord and to know themselves better in this successful journey. I have seen darkness turned into light, fear turned into peace, and despair turned into hope at the Path Rescue Mission. And we recognize that the work we do at the Path is made possible by the generosity of you, the people in our community. My name is Bonnie Ryback, and I'm on the Path's board. It's an honor and a privilege to speak to you on behalf of the Path and the many lives the Path has touched. These life-changing stories are possible because of you and others that have been faithful financial partners in the support of the rescue mission for many years. This season is no exception. Now we turn to you and your meaningful role with rebuilding and restoring lives like the ones you have heard in this presentation. Without your generosity, none of what you have heard would have been possible, especially the expansion of our rescue mission that has allowed us to help many more in need, especially single parents with their children and families. We've seen a noticeable increase in the number of families coming to the Path for food, safe shelter, a warm bed, and life-changing guidance from caring people. Your support gives families time and guidance to recover, become stable and whole. You have provided a safe, secure campus with rooms that allow parents and children to stay together. You connect them with the resources they need. You provide stability for children at the Path through a children's program of their own. You have contributed to remarkable growth in these little ones too. But whatever programs the Path offers, it cannot be successful without you. Your investment in the Path enables us to work together to make a positive impact on men, women, and children without a home in Citrus County. Together, we provide hope in meaningful ways to improve health, the chance for sustainable employment, strengthened families, and addiction recovery. Now we turn to you with a challenge to give sacrificially and be an important part of transforming lives, like those you have seen here. Many of you have already given this year, and we can't thank you enough for what you've already done. But during this Harvest of Hope presentation, you may have seen or heard something that has inspired you to do more. I ask you to prayerfully search your heart. There are 4 ways you can support the Path through your giving. Number 1, give a gift now, online. Click on the donation link with this presentation or visit www.pathofcitrus.org or give us a call at the number on your screen. Mail in your gift is another way to the address on the screen. Note Harvest of Hope on your check. A third way, contact us at the number on your screen to pledge a gift by December 31st. Note Harvest of Hope in the stub of the check. Contact us at the number on your screen is a fourth way to pledge a monthly gift for the upcoming year. You will become automatically enrolled in our monthly giving program. Prayerfully consider right now your involvement in transforming the lives of adults and their children without a home. The Path is a local 501c3 in operation for over 20 years in our community, governed by a board of directors and regularly audited. We do not receive any state or federal dollars at present. Our success depends on you and the financial support of hundreds more like you to keep the doors open, and the message of redemption shared with the lost souls that God leads to our doors. On behalf of all of us here at the Path, we thank you for joining us through the special Harvest of Hope presentation, the best of Inside the Fence Family Edition. Thank you for supporting the Path's mission to change the lives of families without a home. With your financial partnership now, we can continue to take action and provide hope-filled life change in meaningful ways together, right here in our community.
rising sun hits the sky. See it open before us. Take these hopes, hold them high. Every step takes you closer. Oh, 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 oh. The stars will show us. Oh, 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 oh. It's all waiting for us. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.
Open fields, distant shores, every anticipation. Getting lost, we'll explore with no hesitation. Oh, 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 oh. The stars will show us. Oh, 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 oh. It's all waiting for us. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. At the start of something greater than we could uncover. Holding on to all this wonder. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking. Rising sun hits the sky.
Take these hopes and hold them high. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. At the start of something greater than we could uncover. Holding on to all this wonder. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.
Rising sun hits the sky.
Take these hopes and hold them high. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. At the start of something greater than we could uncover. Holding on to all this wonder. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.